her office treated this black man so badly that it made me actually wonder if she has some kind of vendetta. This is what I was wondering, against black men. I know Kamala Harris's dad has not spoken very well of her. Kamala Harris's work, because I was speaking about her earlier, and there's an incident where there is a certain man, it's actually on Vice TV, who is actually
I think his name's Jamel Truelove.
Yes.
Never in a million years I would have thought that they were going to charge me for Sale's murder. I never talked to no detective, no police officer, no DA, nobody.
Just arrested and then charged?
Arrested and charged, that's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the two most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, celebration?
A celebration, that's what it felt like.
Yeah. He's talking about what happened when Kamala Harris was district attorney. In his district. And he was
Los Angeles.
He was falsely accused.
Jamal, I'm going to read you a quote real quick. The job of a progressive prosecutor is to look out for those overlooked, to speak up for those whose voices aren't being heard, to see and address the causes of crime, not just their consequences, and to shine a light on the inequality and unfairness that lead to injustice. It is to recognize that not everyone needs punishment, that what many need, quite obviously, is help. Kamala Harris wrote that in her book, The Truth We Hold. Does that sound consistent with the kind of, with the brand of justice that you saw administered by offices that she was running?
It definitely sounds like Kamala Harris right now as a senator. But at the time of her being the head district attorney of San Francisco, that is almost polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
And her office treated this black man so badly that it made me actually wonder if she has some kind of vendetta. This is what I was wondering, against black men. I know Kamala Harris's dad has not spoken very well of her. He's a black man himself. He has not spoken very well of her.
Well, let's say this is, her father is an incredibly well-educated man. He's a professor. Yeah, he's a professor. He's a Jamaican. Also split with Kamala's mother when she was 7 years old, and clearly that must have had some type of effect on her. You know, and as I said, I'm not a medical professional. I can only tell you what I see and what I've read. But the man in question was a man called Jamel Truelove. Jamel Truelove spent nearly 6.5 years in prison for a crime clearly he was innocent of. It was very unusual for a state prosecutor to take such an interest in a case. She actually attended court, Kamala Harris actually attended court twice to ensure and literally hid evidence that would have exonerated this man. He spent 6.5 years in prison, and not only that, I think he won almost 30 million in a payout by the city of Los Angeles. So one of the problems that I have with Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris seemingly, has a problem with black men. Seemingly has a problem with black men, and it seems that her time as Attorney General, as a state attorney in Los Angeles, is littered with cases against black men. For example, we'll remember a time where she was responsible for incarcerating over 1,500 black men for marijuana offences. However, when she was asked, had she ever smoked marijuana, she laughed.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay.
Like I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay. It was a long time ago.
Harris explains her pro-pot stance and admits that she indulged in the substance while in college. Then this exchange happened.
What does Kamala Harris listen to?
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was it?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac, for sure, for sure.
People quickly jumped on what they saw as a contradiction, given that Tupac and Snoop Dogg were not producing music while she was in college. Harris graduated from Howard University in 1986 and later got her JD from the University of California in 1989.
Yeah, she laughed. Apparently, she said in 1986, she stated that she was in university or college or whatever, and she was listening to Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac, which is really strange because
they weren't.
Well, Snoop Dogg's seminal album didn't come out until 92, 93. Yeah. He wasn't on the radar, yeah. And I remember Tupac at the time. I think he may well have been around about 90. He was with Digital Underground, you know. So clearly. Clearly she was lying, and yeah. I know a great deal about Snoop Dogg because it was our company that brought Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Lady of Rage over here in the early 90s, and so you know I know a little bit about them, knowing Dr. Dre personally. And so the fact that she would come out with this tells me a great deal about her. That why would you need to tell that story? Why tell a lie when the truth would do? Yeah, the facts are that you're a well-educated woman. You took advantage of what society had to offer you, and you've done well in society. But you locked up 1,500 men for marijuana, whilst laughed and made jokes on Charlemagne the God's the Breakfast Club about, of course you did that. You know, I'm Jamaican. Do you understand? This is a woman who has never claimed Jamaican heritage in her life because she despises that side of herself, and she's always extolled the Indian side of herself. No, there's nothing wrong. You choose what you wish to be. I mean, she wants to choose to be a man today, she could, and we're supposed to address her by those pronouns. So if she wants to address herself as an Indian, she can. That's her choice. What it is, it just seems once again that she's now going to engage in racial politics, if you like, and somehow we should remain unthinking, and my family should vote for her purely on the basis that she is black. Under no circumstances.